Hello, YouTubers. Frank with Frank's Fine Leather. How are you this evening? So, we're back again. Well, we've made several of our trifold wallets, several of our mini bifold wallets, and so now we're going to make a large bifold wallet. Before we start springing into a lot of the smaller wallets. So, let's start out with our leather and see what we got in store. So I've got something picked out real nice from our leather wardrobe. Our leather wardrobe makes it nice. Paper down over here. Nice and gentle. A little leather ASMR going. So this is what they call glazed. Glazed is nice, yeah. A little bit different than what we used this last time. It's pretty cool. You guys let me know in the description colors of leather you would like to see me start building some things out of. And I'll see what we can do and fulfill a request. But so far, I haven't had anybody to give me any suggestions. Yeah? I don't know why. Anyway. So back in the day, I used to make a lot of these wallets, a lot. So I invested in a good set of stencils for them, okay? That way I could just pop these out without having to do a lot of hand stitching. Hand cutting. Okay. And it saved about 45 minutes per wallet that way. It really made it nice. I was able to get closer than I ever had before between pieces that I cut out. I was able to get the cuts more accurate. And it really helped out a lot. So I'm going to show you how that works, okay? So we're going to take this, we're going to move this over here to our Mighty Wonder. And I'm going to turn the camera and show you it back in action. Okay? Just a moment. So here we go. There's our Mighty Wonder right here. This bad boy's been in service for a while. At any rate, we're happy to get this thing rolling for you. Okay? So the first thing we're going to do is, this one is labeled mid. So that's our mid. That's not going to work here. So this is a little thick. So I know that's the back. This is written on here back, so I know this is my back piece, right? Of course, I know it would be my back piece anyway, because if you look at the size difference, the mid and the back, there's a difference in size. The back's always larger than the mid, because your back is got to be the largest so that your bills can wrap around the outside of the mid. And so that's how you know, okay? So let's go ahead and put this little rascal. Let's see here, let's get it good. We're gonna get us a nice piece on this. And then we're gonna go ahead and this Mighty Wonder. We'll cut through this thing. Yeah. Let's see if we've got it. Gets tricky sometime with this. Yeah, we cut it just fine. So there we go. Pop this right out. Okay, so it's got a little bit of a, didn't quite cut it smooth. There's a little section that's here, but that's easy to take care of. So let me put this on here as a weight. Turn this up. Weight that down. And so what we'll do is we'll just take this and gently put that blade in there and come through there gently, slowly, so that we don't cut anything accidentally that we don't want. Just go through there. It's kind of come around. ever so slightly. There we go. Got a little piece of that hung up on there. Nothing that can't be sanded out. Looks pretty good. And that's our back portion. Okay. And then the rest of it's going to be our internal pieces. So we've got our mid. And this time we'll put a little bit more. We'll press down a little harder so that we know for sure that we're going all the way down through there. There we go. You can hear it. Could you hear that? Yeah. You can kind of hear it. And sometimes you just push down and just make sure that that pulls up. Which that is, but for some reason on this corner it's not. So let's pull this down a little bit, leaving that connected. Let's swing this back around. Let's press down again. There we go. Get a nice good cut on that. There we go. Okay. So how's that? Does that look good? Yeah. I had to put a little pork chop into it. That's what I call it. Put a little mustard. Put a little bit of Popeye muscle on there. These will be the corner, these will be the hidden pockets. So we'll make this a hidden pocket wallet. Let's see. You know what? This leather's a little thick, so I think I'm going to skip the hidden pockets. And I'm going to make it a different kind of wallet. No hidden pockets on this one. We're just going to go straight for the straight for the pockets. And we're just going to lay the pockets straight in there. It's going to be a little easier on the build. And at the same time, it's also going to, you heard that crunch. And we've got to make 2 of these. Per side. So we need to make 4 in total. So there's 1, 2. Now can you imagine if I would have to take the time, which I have before, a lot, many times, and cut around this, and cut down and cut across and cut under and come across and cut in and cut around and tried to get this part straight, you know, but a little offset at the same time so that when they marry up like this, that there's no air gaps here showing, you know, and which I've done many, many, many times. And it takes good 10-15 minutes to cut that out sometimes, depending on how tired you are, and this, that, and the other, because you don't want to mess it up. Or you can just put it in your little vise, press down on your clicker press, and voila, you got punched out piece already ready. It's still handmade, and it's, you know, it's still considered handmade in that realm, but it's just a lot more accurate. And boy, is it, it's time saver. You can see how that is, right? And then we have our left and right bottom pocket, card pocket. That's where this sits on top of, like this, so to speak. Okay. And then this is our bottom pocket. And I'll show you how those work. So we'll just come over here and see we've got a nice little section of patina here. It looks real nice. And we'll just go ahead and cut these. And see, I can get these real close to the edge, so I'm not wasting a bunch of leather. Yeah. And so, you know, it would normally take, you know, a good 50 minutes, hour to cut out a wallet. Sometimes a little more. And we just cut this whole wallet out in a few minutes, because we're finished. That's it. We're done. So we've got our mid, our 3 pockets on each side. If we had a hidden pocket, we would have the hidden pocket piece here to create the hidden pocket. But since this leather's a little thick, I wanted to omit that step and make something a little different. Because I already have some made that have the hidden pockets, so I wanted to make some without the hidden pockets and make them a little thinner, yeah? And since this backing was a little thicker, you know, that'll help out a lot. Because when you start putting these 2 pieces together, all of these pieces together, you know, your wallet starts increasing in size, and so you've always got to be cognizant of that, right? So, anyway, and then, of course, then when we're all finished, it looks like a cutout doll. Paper mache. And then so what we do is we take our little scissors, our leather scissors, which these things are huge. And I remember when I first saw these, I was like, wow, them are some big scissors. Well, yeah, because they're used to cutting leather. So there's our leather that we used, and I cut off the pieces we didn't need, and now I'll roll it back up, putting this on the outside. Putting the smaller piece back on the inside, wrapping it in the paper. head over to the desk to start putting this together. So I'll see you in a leather moment. Yeah? Stand by.